Hi, my name is Adam Wandt. I'm a professor and technologist at John Jay College of Criminal Justice at the City University of New York. Today is Friday, September 21st, 2012. It's early in the morning, and that means it's iPhone 5 day. My iPhone 5 came this morning via UPS. We're going to unbox it, set it up, speed test it. This podcast is everything you need to know about the iPhone 5. So the iPhone 5 comes in a standard UPS shipping box, express shipping box. Some interesting points. It's 0.4 kilograms. It comes with both your serial number and the part number all over the box, both on the side and the shipping manifest in the back. The part number for this iPhone is promptly displayed here on the side. I have the 16 gigabyte black iPhone 5 for Verizon, MD654LL/A. This is very close to the other boxes that previous iPhones came in. And when we open it, it opens along here on the side. One small piece of tape. We're also going to cut the shipping label on the bottom. And then the iPhone 5 box comes out. Obviously, just to make it more of a square shape, there's a little bit of filler. But other than, about 1.5 inches, the iPhone takes up the majority of the shipping box, which is a very good thing for shipping space and carbon footprint. We have our iPhone 5 box. Only thing on the front of this box is a picture of the iPhone 5. There is no labeling. There are no words. We have the Apple logo on one end, Apple logo on the other end, and on both sides it says iPhone 5. On the back of the box it says 16 gigabyte black. It also says that it includes the iPhone 5, what they now call earpods with remote and mic, Lightning to USB cable, and USB power adapter. A lot of technical information on the bottom, which obviously we're blocking out right now. So let's open this up with the X-Acto knife. The box comes with a plastic wrap around it. We'll just cut through it. Like previous models, box opens from the top. A little tight. There is no sealing. And the iPhone 5 waiting for us. Like previous models as well, the iPhone 5 comes wrapped in a plastic wrapper. There is nothing in the bottom of the top. Like previous models, it comes with a tray that pulls out. When you pull the tray out, it comes with literature information in a package. And I'm sure, if we know Apple, in the package it comes with the customary Apple stickers. Comes with a Hello Quick Start Guide. And then some legal phone information. On the bottom, this is very new. On the bottom, we have a plastic case for our earbuds. We've never had that before. They usually just come twined into each other. And if we open the plastic case for our earbuds, this looks like it could be reusable if you wanted to reuse it. The wire is wrapped around, let me move this for a second. The wire is wrapped around the shell. and then the remote pulls out, followed by the earbuds. I've never been a big fan of the Apple earbuds myself. I use a set of Bose earbuds, but I will try these earbuds since they're significantly different. Um, I've read that there are air channels which start down here on the bottom and they go up to the top to really move the sound throughout the earphone. It's about the same length as previous models. On the right earbud, I believe this is. Yes, on the right earbud, we have the standard remote with a center button, top and bottom, top being the plus, bottom being the minus, to control your volume and track and other information. Back in the box, we have a power adapter. I believe this is a new power adapter. I believe this is a 5-watt power adapter. It reads model number A1265, made in China. Input 100 to 240 volts, 50 to 60 hertz. Output 5 volts, 1 amp. So it's a 5 volt, 1 amp output. And again, it comes wrapped in the customary Apple plastic wrapping. Also in the box, we see a Lightning to USB cable. The Apple Store, as of this time, iPhone 5 day, Lightning cables, extra Lightning cables just shipped. I ordered one when I ordered the iPhone 5, and it said it should be to me in about a week. This is my first time, or anybody's first time, outside of Apple really seeing the Lightning adapter. It's fairly small. To look at it next to the size of a credit card, an Apple card, we could see how small it really is. The Lightning adapter plugging into the bottom of the iPhone. And we'll go over the iPhone now. iPhone 5, let's get down to it. Again, it came with the standard Apple plastic case. The front comes off one piece. The back comes off one piece, and you could see the really beautiful black and slate background. This is a brand new design for the iPhone 5. We could see the 8-megapixel camera. We could see a sensor and a flash up top. The sensor is between the LED flash and the camera. On the right-hand side, we could see the new micro SIM card, very small. On the left-hand side, we could see the customary Apple toggle switch, as well as the volume up, volume down. It's also important to note here that it appears that Apple kept the external antenna design, or at least it looks it from the outside. We could see the buffers on the top and the bottom, both on the left and the right-hand side of the phone. The top of the phone, there are no, it's very seamless. We have one power switch, and on the bottom of the phone, they moved the headset jack to the bottom of the phone. We see stereo speakers and our Lightning port. The iPhone comes off. One of the previous models did come on. There is the forward-facing FaceTime Skype camera. Again, it's off, so I'm going to power it up. We will let it boot up. It starts up with the customary iPhone Apple logo. Later in this video, we will be doing a side-by-side comparison between the iPhone 5 and the iPhone 4S to look at boot up times. And now we go to an iPhone screen. You can see in the upper left-hand side, it's searching for a signal. It's asking me to slide to configure. The iOS 6 welcome messages come up. I will select English. United States. Now it's looking for a Wi-Fi network. We're here at John Jay College of Criminal Justice. All of the John Jay Wi-Fi networks are coming up. I'm going to try to set up over cellular network. It's already connected to, if you could see up on the top, the 3G network. I'm hoping this will connect to the 4G network. I'm in the middle of Manhattan. We have a fairly robust Verizon LTE network, but I'm sure there are a lot of other people setting up iPhones today, and the demand on the 4G system is significant. So I'm going to try using cellular connection, at which point it says that I could not activate because the activation server cannot be reached. Definitely disappointing. I'm going to try again one more time over cellular, and if it doesn't work, we'll switch to Wi-Fi. Again, could not be reached. We can't reach the activation server. Perhaps many people are trying to reach the activation server right now. Perhaps it's the cellular network. Perhaps it's the iPhone 5 network, or Apple or Verizon. So I tried it one more time, and I will be getting my trusty hotspot out. Perhaps it's working on the third attempt. I might not need to use Wi-Fi at all. While we're waiting for it to activate, let's go over some of the specs. Oh, it did activate. So it activated on the third attempt over 3G Verizon service. It's asking me to confirm my cell phone number. Next. It's asking me for my billing zip code and the last four of my social security to authenticate me. Agree to the terms and conditions that no one reads. While it's activating, so this iPhone 5 obviously is the first to come out of the box with iOS 6. I updated my 4S yesterday with iOS 6, and it runs really well. This phone is 4.87 inches by 2.31 inches, and it's only 0.3 inches thick. That's really cool. It's only a few millimeters thick. Seven 0.6 millimeters to be exact. It is noticeably lighter already than the iPhone 4S. It weighs in at 112 grams, which is 3.95 ounces. The physical display has a 4-inch diagonal and a 640 times 1136 pixel resolution. That's a giant resolution. The Retina display has an incredible resolution for a screen of this size. The pixel density is 326 ppi. We know that it uses the Retina IPS LCD technology. It's supposed to have a battery life on standby of 225 hours, talk time on 3G 8 hours, and the battery capacity is 1,440 milliamp hours. We know that obviously using this phone, we won't get that battery time out of it though. So after activation, it goes to the standard iPhone screen. We configure. I will enable location services. I'm going to set this up as a new iPhone. I always set my iPhones up as new iPhones. I'm going to sign in with my Apple ID. Agree to more terms and conditions that no one reads. These terms and conditions are about the use of the iOS device, iCloud, Game Center, and related services. And now it's taking a few minutes to set up my Apple ID. It's asking me if I want to set up iCloud. I will hit Use iCloud for now. I'm backing up to my computer. I don't back up to iCloud. That's a personal decision. I do not use Find My iPhone. It's showing me a list of, and I'm going to deselect them all. I don't use iMessaging either personally, so I'm deselecting all of the possibilities. I will use Siri. I do not send diagnostics and usage data. And now we can start using our iPhone. Right away, I noticed that there is an additional row of iOS icons, which we knew would be on this phone, so we could put a whole nother row in. I am going to try, I'm having obviously signal problems, as you could see. I'm not getting a good signal, which is interesting because I usually do. If I rotate it to the horizontal landscape, the home screen does not change. I'm going to go back to my settings. These are the standard iOS 6 settings. I really don't need to go through them. We see both Twitter and Facebook integration. It comes with a new background. I haven't seen this background, this wallpaper yet. It looks maybe like ripples or sand. And again, I'm still fairly disappointed because it's telling me I'm on the Verizon 3G network. Let's try using some data and let's see if it bumps it up to the 4G network. I'm going to launch the map application. And I'm going to ask it to geolocate me. It quickly sees me where I am in Manhattan on 59th Street and 10th Avenue, and it fairly quickly loaded the map. However, it is staying on the 3G network. I'm going to ask it to go to three-dimensional mode, and I'm also going to ask it to go to a hybrid mode. And now, since we're on the 3G network, it is slowly loading the three-dimensional map of Manhattan. Playing with this last night, on my iPad, I was able to zoom in and actually get a very good three-dimensional rendering of my office building. Load times are uncomfortably long. Hopefully, when it does come up on the 4G network, that is fixed. Now, I could rotate this a little bit, zoom in a little more. And you could see loading right now the small banner of John Jay College of Criminal Justice. I could zoom out, and we could actually see the rest of our campus as it loads. Including our Harron Hall, our Jaywalk, which is our student outdoor area, a park that we have in our campus, and our new building. Again, we have uncomfortably long load times on the 3G network. It would be frustrating if I was out in the street trying to find something. Now let's do a family reunion. We're here with most of the major models of the iPhone lined up against each other. On the left, we have the first generation iPhone. On the right of that, we have the second generation iPhone, the iPhone 3G. To the right of that, we have the iPhone 4S. And to the right of that, we have the iPhone 5. We could see the progression over time, not only on the front, but the backs of the iPhones. I always thought that the iPhone 4 and the iPhone 4S was the sexiest iPhone. I really liked the black matte background, well, glossy background, really, the glass background. The original iPhone having the antenna area on the bottom and then the aluminum background. This one's really beaten up. The all-plastic background of the all-plastic backing of the iPhone 3G, glass, and then this is all glass and aluminum with the slate. We could also look at side-by-side comparison of thicknesses. And we could just see how much thinner the iPhone 5 is than the iPhone 4S, and how they're both much thinner than the curved iPhone 3G and the original iPhone. When we look at the iPhone 5 and the iPhone 4X, when we look at the iPhone 5 and the iPhone 4S, let's do it again. When we look at the iPhone 5 and the iPhone 4S side by side, when I touch them, I can instantly see how much thinner the iPhone 5 is. We could also see how much taller the screen is on the iPhone 5. It's interesting in that they did not make the iPhone 5 any wider. It is the same width. It has the same feel of the hand, but it is a little taller. I'm going to go ahead and power them down right now so we can get an idea of how long each of them takes to power down. Try to power them down at the same time. The iPhone 4S goes directly to a wheel, while the iPhone 5 seems to have instantly powered down. It's possible that there are differences due to applications that are running or different background processes. Now, let me turn them both on at the same time. The iPhone 4S did power up the screen slightly before the iPhone 5. And again, this isn't a true comparison because I'm sure there are both apps and background applications that are running on the 4S, which is currently in use, and not the 5. But we could see that the 5 booted up a little faster. And now we have access to both phones. So I have used this is the second iPhone 5 that I have. I have two of them. What's interesting is the matte black band around the iPhone 5. On the iPhone 4S, we had a silver band, an aluminum color band. It does hold in your hand a little larger. It's not too bad when it comes to the difference in the size. It's barely noticeable. I will do a review of iOS 6 in a different podcast. So just as I was about to end the podcast, my iPhone 5 for the first time came up saying it was on the LTE network. So let's do a quick speed test comparison to see how the iPhone 4S on 3G compares to the iPhone 5 on LTE. For this test, I'll be using speedtest.net. And let me just begin the test at the same time. And we'll look at performance. The ping on the LTE network was 55 milliseconds. The ping on the 3G network was 83 milliseconds. The test is already done on the LTE network. Here in the middle of Manhattan on the LTE network, I am getting just over 13 megabits per second download and 13 megabits per second upload. Look at the drastic difference between the LTE network and the 3G network, where I'm not even making 1 megabit per second download and 0.04 megabits per second upload. Let's do this again. Let's see if it was an anomaly. I'm just going to hit it again. This time the ping is just about equal. I'm getting a drastically different result on the LTE network of almost 30 megabits per second down and 11 up. The download on the 3G service on the 4S is 0.59 megabits down and 0.14 up. I'm going to separate the phone just a little more and do the test a third time. Again, the ping on the 5 is around 51 milliseconds, and on the 4S it's 73 milliseconds. On this third test, we're still getting terrific download speeds, 26 megabits per second, and upload speeds of 12 megabits per second. The 3G still at a crawling pace of 0.59 megabits per second and an upload of 24 megabits per second. So this is just a good, non-scientifically accurate side-by-side comparison to see what average speeds are in Manhattan. So, okay, we can cut that part out, just the last couple of seconds. So that's the iPhone 5. I get to go and set it up now and add all of my accounts. It will probably take me an hour or two to do so because I don't just restore from one iPhone to the other. I need to add my Exchange accounts. I need to add my personal email accounts. I'm assuming it will take me several hours to do so. I'm really looking forward to playing around with Passbook. I haven't played around with Passbook much yet. I was supposed to go to a Yankees game later on today, and I was looking forward to trying to buy the tickets for the Yankees game. However, a work-related meeting is really preventing me from doing so. My one disappointment about the iPhone 5 is that it doesn't come with some sort of wireless payment technology, such as NFC. I was really looking forward to being able to leave my credit cards at home and pay with a wireless payment technology. I think Google Wallet and the Google payment system, while there are some security risks, I know I would take those risks and use a wireless payment system to pay for, things at stores and cab rides. I'm really actually disappointed that the Verizon 5 doesn't have NFC or another type of payment system. I am sure, knowing Apple, that it will be on the iPhone 5S, which will probably come out between a year and 2 years from now. So hopefully we'll be looking at a new iPhone in the very near future. Again, this is Professor Adam Wandt from John Jay College of Criminal Justice in the City University of New York, and this was our first look, unboxing, and review of the new Apple iPhone 5.